Hello, welcome to Brian's Table Talks. It's great to be with you today. I want to shout out to Hal, who's putting this together. I like to call him our producer. He's in charge of it. So, years ago and recently, I watched a HBO series called Band of Brothers. Many people have heard about it. It's a story of Easy Company, an airborne unit in World War II, and how they moved through the war from D-Day, June 6, 44, through to the end of the war. And there's a relatively minor character in there, a gentleman named Lieutenant Lynn Buck Compton. And he is a heroic figure early on. And at the Battle of the Bulge, you see this guy, he witnesses a couple of his men get horribly injured. And he suffers what today we call PTSD, shell shock battle fatigue. And he's in a hospital, no injuries, but he's kind of breaking down emotionally. And I always felt that there was a weakness about him. Well, recently, I started reading his autobiography and starting to understand him as a person even more so. And I recently found out that when he was 18, his father committed suicide. And that got me to thinking, I was talking to my son the other day, who watched Band of Brothers with me, that when you first see it, you think he's a weak person, a weaker person than some of the other officers. But then when you learn that story about his young adulthood and the pain he went through, it just tells me he was subject to more pain in life, to a level of sensitivity that we're not aware of. So one of the things that occurred to me as I'm going through this book and reading about this, we see a lot of people in our lives, and we instinctively criticize. Why do they make bad decisions? Why do they do this? Why do they do that? We see a person on the street corner and think, well, they should just get a job. We see somebody who's poor and say they should get an education. We see somebody who's suffering depression or crying. Why don't they just get strong and get through it? And what occurs to me is that every person we meet, every day, we never know the real pain they're going through. We never know what they've experienced. We never know the abuses, the loss, and the struggles they have gone through. And therefore, we can't understand necessarily why they do what they do. Friends, I want to invite you today that when you meet somebody and you make a judgment, that's fair. We all suffer through first impressions. But recognize your first impression is probably wrong. Take a moment to step back and reflect that you really don't know somebody else's pain. Even if you've experienced the same things, how they respond is different than how you respond. I think we could all cut each other a little bit more slack, don't you? Friends, I hope today is a great day for you. I hope you've got air conditioning because it's hot outside. I hope you find joy in every day, peace in every moment. Have some laughs and share some stories. Until next time, this is Brian's Table Talks. Have a fantastic summer. Bye-bye.